Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at a very special thing. This isn't just announced as of, actually, I don't know if it's going to be announced later today or if it was announced yesterday. I don't know how it's working, but this is Robosen's newest Transformers figure. This is Grimlock. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen as a collector. They did send this to me as a review, by the way. I have to tell you that, as a review sample. They didn't tell me what to say. In fact, they told me specifically to be as honest as I want and to say whatever I want. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, I wouldn't take a review sample if there were other stipulations, but I do want to put that out there. It's not released yet. It's going up for order, like, as you're watching this. So obviously, I had to get it as a review sample. But this thing is freaking cool. It is by far one of the coolest, most unique things I have seen in the collector realm. However, it is a robot and not an action figure, so I'm going to make that stipulation right up front. A lot of people seem to kind of get that confused. I don't have a price point that I'm allowed to share with you guys for this thing, but these robots are actual robots with actual robot features. They happen to be Transformers, which is a toy brand, but they are premium as premium gets because they are real robots. For instance, this thing has 19 steps in its automatic transformation, 32 high precision servo motors. The original Optimus Prime that I reviewed only had 27, so there's a lot in here. It has 85 custom microchips. Optimus only had 60, and it has 42 voice commands. It has the remote control features through the phone, all kinds of stuff. So it is a premium collectible. And as you can see, he's doing his little breathing right there, because I do have him turned on. Which leads me to my next thing, and then we're going to get into the fun stuff, but I have to get the legal stuff, not really, but you know what I mean, out of the way first. Apparently he sits down and snores. I didn't know that. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about first was just the experience I've had with this thing. And this guy is a very complex transformation, and when you take him out of the box, when he's not powered on, you will notice that it kind of feels like a mess. All the parts are loose because the servos aren't powered up, and he is not a toy meant to be played with without being powered on. Displaying him, maybe, but he still has joints in his legs that can give way, and he could still take a shelf dive. So you want to definitely be aware this is a robot, not a toy to play with. Can you display it? Yes, technically, but no, it is not intended for that. So I have to put that out there. Okay, so let me pull him a little bit closer. We'll look at some of the features on him physically, and then we'll get him to do some fun stuff. Alrighty, so he is made to look like his G1 counterpart. You will see a lot of transparent plastic, especially on the neck with the gold chrome inside, chrome teeth, chrome. Now this part I know isn't especially accurate, but you do have the chrome claws on here with the blue arms, which I'm not sure what they were going for with that. I think it looks kind of cool, but I know in the cartoon he didn't quite look like that, and I'm pretty sure the toy had solid chrome. I'm guessing they did that because it is articulated. You get an elbow joint there. The fingers can articulate individually, and then you get a big old ball socket all the way back here. So that's something worth noting. It's slightly different than what you might expect. I happen to think it looks all right, but that's totally up to you. Okay, you can see the Autobot logo. He's so big. I'll get a height measurement for you guys in a second. So the Autobot logo is on his chest, and it's very clean. The paint job is wonderful, as you would expect from this company. I haven't handled a product yet from them that didn't feel premium. It is a top-notch brand. And I do want to show you down here on his other chest, his belly area. You can see we have a lot of the gold chrome, more transparent plastic, and more paint job in there. Top of the line production quality, I'm telling you guys. It does not feel like an action figure. It feels like something a robotics company would make. So that's pretty cool. You can expect that as part of the premium experience to go with what I will assume is going to be a premium price point. Okay, so let's turn him a little bit again. And then you can see his tail does feature more chrome down here. And the various colored parts that you would expect. So he does have a very faithful, though somewhat updated appearance. I think that's fair enough to say. And that's good, because you want it to look like the G1 that it's supposed to be. Apparently he just got bored. Okay, so let's get a height measurement in robot mode. Or I mean dinosaur mode before we get to robot mode. He stands 16 inches tall. That's gonna be just about 41 centimeters roughly. And it's worth noting, this is the first in the world bipedal to bipedal transformation where it functions in both transformations. So different legs in both things. And it does it all on its own, and it's super cool. Okay, now before we get into what I know you guys want to see, the transformations and the cool stuff, I do want to talk about the accessories. Because he does come with a few. The first is the pretty nifty little display thingy and the gold coin, which they're giving in all of their figures nowadays, the robots. And so, of course, mine is numbered 0000 because I don't know how many zeros. I'm not looking at it right now because this is pre-production, but yours is going to have a number on it, so that's pretty cool. He gets his sword, which is made out of transparent plastic, and it does light up, and then you have the red chrome. Very cool. He gets his gun, which has a little bit of paint on it and some more transparent plastic, and it also lights up. So that's very nice. And then, of course, you couldn't have Grimlock without his crown, so you do get that in some nice gold chrome. So good spread of accessories there. The packaging for this guy is definitely top end. It's as good as the flagship Optimus Prime, at least. I think it looks a little bit cooler. It has some really nice artwork on both sides of the box. And then you get this really cool styrofoam coffin that's made to fit the robot and all the accessories and things. Very nice packaging. Obviously, packaging isn't that big of a deal, but when you're buying a super high-end thing like this, you want it to be protected and to be packaged well, so this is going to get that job done. Okay, so this thing, very unique compared to Optimus Prime because Optimus was a truck, so it didn't do too much other than truck stuff in truck mode. This guy can do a lot of stuff in both modes, and we're going to start with the voice commands. I'm only going to do a few, and then we'll switch to the phone commands because that's a little bit better, but the app is in beta, and we're going to pray that it actually connects and that I can actually show you some stuff. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. Hey Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
What can you do? Okay, so that command is just kind of like a demo mode sort of thing to show some of the motions. And the cool thing is this does have the original voice actors' voice recordings, a couple from the original show, from what I understand, but also almost all of them are brand new recordings. So that's very cool that they got that. New recordings, like freshly voice acted from the original voice actor, so that's very nice. Okay, let's try a couple other ones. Hey Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
Move forward.
Dinobots roar. Follow Grimlock. Follow Grimlock.
Okay, so he can walk. Obviously, when you're using the remote control, it's a little bit more involved, but you can do voice commands. I always say the voice commands are the least cool thing, despite them being technologically cool. Just because you have a lot more versatility with the programmable stuff or with the remote control. Hey Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
Move backward.
Dinobots roar. Grimlock hero.
He actually moves surprisingly well for being such a big chonker. He's humongous. Okay, let's just go ahead and try this, and we'll see if I can get it on camera the first try. I think this will make him transform without me saying to. All right. Hey, Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
Attack.
It's extinction time. Meet Grimlock. Smash break.
Ah, that worked out. I framed it well enough. All right, so obviously there's the transformation. That's the money shot right there, if you ask me. Not what you're looking at right now. I mean, though it's awesome. The fact that this thing can go from a dinosaur standing on 2 feet to a robot standing on 2 other feet, completely unassisted, I'm completely blown away. I think this is fantastic. And it is a faithful transformation, by the way. They made sure to make it transform exactly as it was supposed to based on the animation. So I think that's awesome. He does have a little bit of a backpack here. Obviously, if you're a Transformers fan, you're not new to that, but it's pretty darn cool. And he does have LEDs in his eyes in both modes. His mouth lights up. It's gonna be hard for you to see that kind of stuff with all this harsh lighting, but he does have LEDs in a few different places. And obviously we've got the beautiful gold chrome. This thing is wonderful to look at. So, like I said, you don't want to display this thing, technically speaking, officially. That's the official word. It's not really meant for that. So I'll show you what happens when you power him down. And you're not gonna want to display him this way. Hey Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
Shut down.
Goodbye, friend. Goodbye.
Okay, so like I said, it goes into safety mode. He just bends over and touches the floor. He's basically doing a little bit of a push-up type deal. So not something you want to display in that mode. And that's what he'll do when he runs out of juice or when you turn him off. Obviously, it's your choice. If you buy this thing, you can make sure he can't fall over, and then you can display him in robot mode or dinosaur mode perfectly fine. Technically, you can balance it, and it'll be okay if you're careful, but that's totally on you. I would not display this thing without having some kind of support to make sure he can't fall over. But let me go ahead and turn him back on, and we'll do some remote control stuff. Okay, so I've got him back turned on. I do want to note, when he hunches over like that, you can reach down here and flip open his little power button thingy. He's not meant to turn on from that hunched over thing, so you're gonna have to move your hands out of the way and stand him up real quick, or he's gonna bounce around on the floor. Okay, remember, these are not technically toys, these are high-end robots. Like top-of-the-line fancy robots that happen to look like toys, so there are some caveats. Alright, but we'll leave that like that. I do want to mention, these guys can fold down if you want them to. I remember him having them not fold down, but I don't remember if that's accurate or not. Okay, actually I wanted to do one other thing before we try to do the remote control. I want to see if he can walk from my voice. Hey Grimlock.
Yes, we go.
Move forward. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like the animations. They're getting better and better with the animations to make these things look like they're actually coming to life. Okay, what I want to do now is just connect the remote to him using my phone. The app is basically the same as it was for all the other robots. This one is in very much a beta state, so it doesn't have, I think it doesn't have like all of the niceties that the app will have finally. Okay, I don't know if you guys heard that. It made a bunch of noise as it turned on. The animations on the app right now are a little janky. They're not usually like that, so I'm guessing it's because it's in the beta. I'm gonna hit connect and see if we can actually connect to this guy. All right, so we are connected, and this is what the app looks like for him. I know it's hard to see on my phone because I have this weird cover on it, but you have the mini theater. That's where the Transformers, the robots, will interact with each other. Any of them going forward will be able to do that as well, so that's pretty cool. We have the remote control, we have the actions, and we have the create. It's still the block or manual programming as before. We don't have time to go into that. It takes a fair amount of time. It's simple, but it's still time consuming. As far as actions go, this should be, this is our library. So we have two different sets of actions. So these are all the robot ones that are pre-built in from the remote. And then if you go over here, you have a bunch of the dinosaur ones. So that's what really makes this guy unique, is he's got so much to do in either mode. It's not just a truck, for instance. Okay, so let's see. We're in robot mode, so let's see what we can do. We can do he can do push-ups apparently. Let's risk that. All right. I have an idea of what this thing's gonna be worth, so I'm a little bit terrified. But let's go ahead and do it. We're gonna hit push-ups and see what happens. Okay. So he's a little bit chunky. He's a big boy, but he's able to move pretty well. Let's see. Let's turn him this way and see what this one does. So I want to try a couple of these pre-built ones, and then we'll do some remote controlling stuff. This one just says, I think it says, who are you? Let's just click it and see.
Meet Grimlock, meet Dinobot, meet Grimlock King.
Okay, so that just introduced himself. And then I'm scared to do it. Obviously, you can fit the sword in his hand. I'll have a photo so you guys can see that. And the blaster, but they're not going to be applicable for every pose, so I'm just going to leave them off for this. Let's hit battle and see what he does, and hope I don't have to catch him.
Meet Grimlock, greatest warrior. Meet Grimlock who loves challenge.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I also want to note his eyes change colors. His visor thing, it goes from blue to red. That's very cool. I didn't notice. So it looks to me like his head doesn't have servos in it. It feels like it's just posable. And I haven't noticed it moving, so that is worth mentioning. Probably would be better if it could. Okay, this one says Autobots. I'm going to click that.
We help. Always save Autobot high.
His animations are so nice. I love the way they split the shoulders to allow him to do different things. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to transform him, and then we'll try a couple of the Dinobot version pre-built things, and then we'll do some remote control. We're gonna hit the one that says bite. That's pretty cool. I have to say, I kind of like it in dinosaur mode more. Okay, here's one. Oh, I'm scared to do this one. It says charge. Oh, should I hit it? I'm gonna hit it. If he tries to run off the table, I'll stop him. I hope.
Grimlock say, no way.
Oh, okay. So he just walked forward a little bit and said some stuff and did some stuff. That's not so bad. Very scary doing these things on a review table rather than on the floor. But that's the way it goes. All right, here's one that's called Flame Out. Let's try that one.
Meet Grimlock melt you.
All right, very cool. There are so many. There's a ton. Okay, that's enough. Let's go ahead and do the remote control because that's the most fun. It's also dangerous. Oh, this one can go from slow to fast also?
Grimlock moving as fast as he can.
That's funny.
Want to try?
Okay, they must have done that just to be funny. So, Bumblebee, you could switch between fast walking and slow walking, and on this one you have a little a toggle for that. But when you do it, he basically says he can't do it, he's gonna be slow. That's pretty funny, I like that. Okay, so you do have, I'll show you this as best I can. You do have, it's not gonna be good. You can't really tell. So these are walking commands, this is transform, and this is a couple other things. So we're gonna do that. Let's try, let's hit the one that looks like his head and see what he does.
Grimlock say, no way.
Okay, so he's very animated and he's humongous, so I apologize that it's not all on camera. I can't help it. I need him to be within arm's reach, and he's gigantic, so that's just the way it's gonna be, I guess. Here's one more that's like a sad face. Let's try that. Okay, let's try to make him move and see if I don't throw him off the table.
Dinobots roar! Follow Grimlock! Follow Grimlock!
Alright, so he walks forward, no problem. Let's make him walk back.
Dinobots roar! Grimlock hero! Grimlock hero! Grimlock hero!
Alright, he walks pretty well. It is slow. He's a dinosaur. I'm going to try the side-to-side thing, though. Okay, I'm guessing that only works... No, it's in Dinobot, or it's in dinosaur mode. It should... Okay, he doesn't seem to want to walk side-to-side. That might just be that it's not in Dinobot mode. That's okay. Let's try it at an angle. Okay, that is super slow. So on these guys, when you do the angle one, they always just kind of shift themselves. And it's working, but he is big and slow as a result. Okay, so that's the way that goes. Let's go ahead and I would like him to transform for you guys again. So let's do that. All right, that should be a good enough angle, and I'm just gonna hit the button and he should do it. All right, now we should be able to do some more walking and stuff. Let's see how that goes. So let's... Oh, so now it says quick on here again. Let's see if we can change his speed.
Me want to try.
Looks like it's gonna be slow no matter what. I think that's funny they put that in there. Okay, let's have him walk. Alright, I'm guessing he's just too big for them to put a fast walk in there. But that's how we walk. It's still a nice walk, but he's definitely slow. That's the turning one again. He does turn, but it's ever so slow. Now granted, my table is especially slippery. It's a very reflective, shiny, smooth surface. So the Transformers don't work as well on this surface as they will for you guys on a regular surface. Let's see if he can sidestep. Okay, yeah, so he does move to the side actually really well. That's good, I like that. So, okay, so he walks very nicely. Let's go ahead and try. This one has the Autobot logo on it. Let's see what that does.
Meet Grimlock leads Dinobot. Meet Grimlock King.
Okay, very good. Alright, this one has the sword. I'm still not going to put the sword in his hand. Or I guess I can. I'll put the sword in his hand, and we'll just hope he doesn't whack himself. Okay. And then, you know what? We're gonna put the gun in the gun hand. It has really nice range. I love this thing. It's so freaking cool. Alright, let's try the gun one now. Only makes sense. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up everything, like just the demo for me to show you guys. He does move really well. He's super fun. For me, the transformation is by far the coolest part. It's so involved, and I can't really get a good angle to show you everything because he takes up so much space in different places as he's transforming. But this thing's wonderful. I will close this by having him transform one more time for you. But this is by far the best thing they have put out that I've reviewed. And it looks incredible. I'm willing to bet it's gonna be pretty dang pricey. But remember, it's a robot, and that's what you're paying for. It is a cool Transformers figure, but it is not a Transformers action figure. It is a robot. So let's go ahead and have him transform one more time, and then we'll call it a wrap, I think. Okay, I'll hit the button.
I am Dinobot.
Okay, so there's Grimlock. I am thoroughly impressed. I definitely recommend this. I know it is technically worth what I'm pretty sure they're going to be charging. I don't know, but I have some idea based on some conversations I've had, but it's not official information by any means. It's not decided yet, and I can't share it with you. But if it's anywhere near that, it's technically worth it. It is a robot, though, and so it's not an action figure, so you have to look at it from that perspective. This is not for the same market as the person who's buying a $50 Transformers figure and considers that to be expensive. And that's not to be insulting or anything like that. It's just an entirely different thing. And so there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you probably should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.